I'm going to be doing some Mermail test hands with the new build that I showed off the other day for May 2020 post-Eternity Code. If you haven't seen that list, be sure to check it out. But there are going to be some small differences from that list. So I did cut one Aqua Spirit because I'm only playing one for the third Shark stickers. And I'll get into that in a second, I guess. And I also cut the XYZ Sleek Dolphin for a Mecha Phantom Beast O-line, and I changed up a couple of cards in the extra deck. Reason being is because I realized that if you can get a Tuner plus Extender, or basically just Tuner plus another monster out, your boards are just a lot better. So just to go over the extra deck really quickly, what I changed from that video, it's just 5 cards. So I added in the Auradon, the Arclight, the Savage Dragon. Actually, it might just be 3 cards. Yeah, just those 3 cards. And I have some other cards that I might be considering playing in the back here. Like I cut the Borlo, cut the Unicorn, cut the Synchron. Am I playing the Crocodragon? I'm not even sure I'm playing the Crocodragon in this list. But this is pretty much what I'm going for, and I'll explain as I go why I made the changes. Also, I did change up the angle that I'm recording a little bit. I do think the angle is a little bit worse, but there's significantly less glare. Like, usually if I put a card right here, the card would just be straight white. There's still glare, but it looks better everywhere else. So let me know in the comments what you think about that, if you prefer having the slightly better angle with a worse glare, or if you like this angle better. It doesn't make much of a difference to me. So either way, let's shuffle up, finish up. I don't do this a lot though, but if you want to see more videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. More Mermail videos. I pretty much just do water videos, unless I'm playing a different deck, which I'm not right now. But anyway, so we open Prince, Dragoons, Reborn, Diva, and Teus. So this is a very good hand. So we have actually quite a few options. We can just do the typical Diva Teus stuff, or we could just do the anti-Nibiru stuff. I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do discard Dragoon, special Teus. If they Ash either of these, it doesn't really matter because we have other stuff in hand that we can go off with. And this is another thing what I mean. With the Auradon package, let's say both of these get stopped somehow, the Dragoons and the Teus get stopped somehow, and I summon Diva and the Diva gets stopped too, you could at least still put up 2 negates, which is kind of cool. And that's pretty much the game plan with this deck, just be as resilient as possible. So anyway, I'm actually going to go pretty aggressive here. I'm not going to go for the typical Nibiru stuff with the Abyss Spike. I'm actually going to get Gunned here. And we could get pretty much any Sea Serpent we want here. So I'm actually going to go for the Deep Sea Minstrel, because we can just rip any potential hand trap out of their hand if they didn't use it already, specifically Nibiru. So since I have the Diva in hand and I have a Monster Reborn, I'm actually feel pretty free to discard the Prince and the Minstrel to rip a card out of their hand, assuming it's a hand trap. And let's say hypothetically I normal summon the Diva and it gets ashed, I have the Monster Reborn, so I can just bring the Prince back anyway. Pretty insane hand that we have so far, and there's so many ways you can go with this particular setup. It really depends on what you're going up against, what you want to play against, what you want to, not really what you want to play against, you really have too much of a choice in that, I guess, and what you want to make and stuff like that. So we'll bring Prince out. We'll use Prince's effect. Then Dragoons, add Dragoons. Dragoons is going to add, I could add Megalo here, honestly. I think I am going to add Megalo. I thought about cutting Megalo to 1-2, by the way. I'm playing 2 right now, a lot of people play 1. I think pretty much Megalo is one of the few cards in this deck that I feel like you play 1, 2, or 3 of. And it's all fine. So anyway, we'll take out Tuner, and we'll take our other monster. We'll link 2 into Halki Fibrax. Halki Fibrax's effect will activate here. And I think we're going to bring out... We're going to bring out Jet Synchron here. We're going to go for the Auradon play just because I just put it in the deck and I want to showcase it in case you guys don't know it. Although I think I did show it in a video in the past. I don't remember, though. But we'll bring it out Jet Synchron. And we have a lot of options here, actually. So I'm going to summon out the Megalo by discarding Gun and discarding the Dragoons. Specialing Megalo. We'll use Megalo last in the chain link, and we'll grab ourselves the Abyss Scale, which I don't think you really need to play anymore as well. To be honest, it's not as mandatory, but it is nice for more pure water variants, just to be able to search and negate, basically. Although it can be a brick, that is true. We'll bring back the Teus, and we have a search off Dragoons, don't we? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 waters in grave. Unfortunately, we cannot go for Blooming Glacier. What we can do is we can get heavy infantry, and this could be good because now what we can do is we can either go to Abyss Gaios and give it the equip spell, or we can go into whatchamacallit, the Link 2 Alacia, which I'm still playing. So you don't need to play this card anymore. And we have a pop with the infantry, which is kind of cool. Although we're gonna have to discard the Monster Reborn, so we're gonna attach the Mizuchi to here, and then we're going to go into Auradon using these 2. So I still have that level 1 on board, which I don't really need. I guess we could have made an Ahashima play as well, or instead, if we wanted to. So we'll go for a Link 3. So if you know what he does, he's going to give us 3 level... I always forget the levels, they confuse me. 3 level 3 tokens, right? Yes, 3 level 3 tokens. So I only have one of the actual Mecha Fan of these tokens, and then I have these 2 Ojama tokens that we'll use. Doesn't really matter too much. So now we're going to tribute 2 of them, or 1 token and one of the Aurodons. There's only 1 Aurodon. And we're going to summon from our deck an O-Line, which is another Garnet. It's, you know, kind of have to play it. Level 2 Tuner, we have 2 3s, 1, 2, 3, and this. That goes to grave, these don't go anywhere. And we're going to bring out our level 8 Morload Savage Dragon, which I'll put over there, kind of off to the side. And we're going to attach the Aurodon, which is going to have 3 counters because it's a link 3. And then O-Line's effects and activate, we're going to get a Mecha Fan of Beast token. And we're going to bring back the Jet Synchron by discarding 1 card in our hand. You know, actually, I'm going to backtrack. I hate doing this, but I feel like this would be actually a lot better. So if we actually made a Biscayos instead, we would have been able to go for Mulan, I think, actually, because we would have had 5 waters, but then we would have messed up the Aurodon play. So I do apologize for backtracking like this, but I feel like it would just make the play a lot better. We're going to bring back the Jet Synchron, and then here we can go to Arclight. I'm trying to think if that's the best play, though, because we can go to Arclight or we can just go to Appaloosa if we link this into a Linkribo. So it's really up to you in that situation, but I'm just going to go for Arclight because that's what the combos generally does with this. And yeah, so with this we have 1, 2, 3, 4 negates. We have Monster Reborn still. I guess what I could do actually is, since I have a Monster Reborn, actually, what did I discard for the Jet Synchron coming back? I didn't discard anything, did I? So we're going to discard the Abyss Scale? No, we'll discard the Heavy Infantry. And then what we could have done is we could Monster Reborn, bring back, say, I don't know, Abyss Gun. And then we could have went into the Link 2 if we wanted to. So no matter what, we get 4 negates with this board, which is pretty decent, especially with the Arclight. There's definitely other plays you could make with Taste Dragoons. Taste Dragoons really opens up the world. Like, there's so many crazy stuff you can do with this. And honestly, wouldn't surprise me if there's, like, some weird Exodia combo you can do with Taste Dragoons, just because that's just how much it offers you. Or offers, I said that weird. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things you could do with that. Was that the best? It wasn't the worst, but I think there's definitely better stuff I could have done. Anyway, let's do another hand here. Alright, let's do another hand here. I also want to do some potential test hands where, like, we get hand trapped or stopped, because I feel like a lot of times with this deck, mainly because there's a lot of newer players, this goes for any deck, I guess, is a lot of people pick it up, they just do test hands, look at combos, and they don't really realize what you can do if you get interrupted. With this deck, with a lot of decks, just because you get hit with an hand trap doesn't mean you have to pass turn. Like, I know the common meme is, oh, haha, Diva got Ash, pass turn. If you play extenders, if you have other cards in your hand, there's definitely stuff you can do, especially with O-Line, which is why I think even though it's a Garnet-like card, it just makes the deck that much better playing it for not that much commitment in the extra deck, but still a decent amount. So we got 1-for-1, Mizuchi, Aria, Shark Stickers, and oh, perfect. This is pretty much exactly what I wanted to show. So these last 2 cards really save it. So one thing that people are confused about, and I was confused about it at the start as well when I first heard about what Shark Stickers should do, is if you normal summon Deep Sea Diva, and I've said this a lot, I know most of you guys know this already, but just to reiterate, if you normal summon Diva, what you can do is, why is there more of a glare now? That makes no sense. You could change Shark Stickers in your hand, which special summons itself, and Diva will still resolve. However, your opponent will not be able to Ash Blossom because last in the chain link was Shark Stickers. They can still impermanence, obviously, because that targets. But there was some confusion. I was confused at that as well. But multiple judges had said this is allowed. This works similar to what Goki's did a couple of years ago with the Blue Mounted Butterfly, I think it's called, and what Gadgets did back like when XYZ's first came out with a Gadget plus Extender on normal summon. So anyway, this can't be ashed, so it's a lot safer, which is great. So this is going to come out, and we have the 1 Aria in our hand too, which is really, really nice. So we'll bring the Prince out. We'll use Prince's effect. We're going to send Dragoons, add Dragoons, and I'm going to add, I guess I'm just going to add the, I'm trying to think here. I'm going to just add Minstrel and play it safe. I know I could, like, be cute and do 1-for-1 as an extender, or play Deep Sea Aria and get the Minstrel later, but I'm just going to get that Nibiru out now. And from here, let me think now, do I want to get Mulan or do I want to get Lapis Dragon? If I get Lapis Dragon, I mean, no matter what I do, I could make a play for, what's that card called? Ahashima? But I think what I'm going to do here instead is I'm going to search for the Mulan Glacia and just go for a little bit of hand control, so to say. So now we can link the Deep Sea Diva and the Shark Sticker. Shark Sticker is also, by the way, unfortunately cannot be used as synchro material. Bit unfortunate, because it would be nice if it could, but you know, you can't. So we'll use Shark Sticker or Halky Fireback's effect, and we're going to bring out the. Let's think about this now. I could bring out the Jet Synchron, but I think it's better just to bring out the Fishborg. And I have been considering cutting the Fishborg, by the way, just because I might cut the Emancipator Synchro as well. And if I cut Water Synchros, there's really not much point to play this when not O-Line. Jet Synchron is just better for the Auradon stuff. So now we have 5 Waters in grave anyway. We can bring this out. And we can Aria. So we're going to banish, I guess the Shark Stickers is kind of the least important one. And we're going to get ourselves any level 4 Sea Serpent that we have. Since I cut XYZ Sleep Dolphin, the only target that I have now is a Dragoons. And that's another reason why I like Aria, is it's not much of a starter because it requires a lot of setup, but it kind of puts together plays like this, which is why I like it. You know, it's not always there just to search for Prince or Diva, which obviously would be ideal at the start of your turn. It's great to search Minstrel later, it's great to search Dragoons later, and just be able to do stuff like this. So anyway, we're going to link to using Fishborg and the level 1 Prince, and we're going to summon out our Bujinki Ahashima. Ahashima's effect is going to activate. We're going to get a level 4 from our graveyard, and get a level 4 from our hand, and they're going to be overlaid right away for our Bahamut Shark. Now here you could, if you really wanted to, go to Dweller, depending on what you're playing against. But I'm going to go to my Bahamut Shark, if I can find it, and we're going to use the effect, Catching Dragoons, to bring out our Totally Awesome. And then now from here, we still have the live Fishborg engrave, which is kind of cool. We're going to use the effect of Dragoons, and we're going to bring out the... Let's think about this. I could bring out a Lapis Dragon here, and just go straight for an Appaloosa, if I wanted to. I could go for a Heavy Infantry, and then bring back the Fishborg and go for a Link 2. So yeah, basically the two things you can do here is summon Lapis Dragon, 1, 2, 3, 4, Appaloosa. Cool. But I'm going to go for the Land Heavy Infantry, add to my hand, use the effect of Fishborg engrave so it comes back because I only have Waters as of right now. I'm going to link the Fishborg so it gets banished, and the Bahamut Shark. And we're going to go into the link to Mermail, and we're going to equip the Equip Cell because we hard drew it unfortunately. But I guess it worked out in this situation. And from here, basically, we have 2 discards, plus 2 negates, and a pop on their turn. Plus, with Halky Firebacks, if you play Desert Locust, you can force them to discard something. If you play TG Magician, you can force them to pop a spell or trap. Or if you play Formula Sacred, you draw a card. So that's not that bad. That was just a typical Ahashima type board, which is why I like the card so much. It's just a really cool card. I think this is the 3rd hand here, right? Let's see what we get. We got Fishborg, Minstrel, okay, Prince, Megalo, and Heavy Infantry. So, like I was saying earlier, one thing that's cool about Fishborg and Minstrel I want to mention really quickly is if you have either of these two plus an extender, you could just go into the Auradon play, which is why I think playing extender is really valuable in this deck. But with this particular hand, this is actually a very good hand. Drawing Fishborg isn't that bad in this situation because we can just Minstrel, rip a card, and then bring our Fishborg back if we want to, which is kind of nice, and then summon the Jet Synchron off of the Halky Fireback, which is why I like playing multiple Halky Fireback targets, but there's definitely an argument to cutting one or the other, or playing both, or whatever. Anyway, we'll summon the Prince, use Prince's effect, going to send Dragoons, add Dragoons, and we don't have to add Minstrel here, but we are going to add, I guess, Lapis Dragon. Was that Lapis Dragon? Which is going to use this effect to summon itself. Also, another card I was considering playing is Silent Angler, level 4 Fish Extender. You special summon it from your hand if you control the water, but you can't special summon from your hand for the rest of the turn. So, pretty big drawback, but I think it's a card that you know, some people might think it's worth playing. Just thought I'd mention that because I almost put it in the deck instead of the XYZ Sea Dolphin, and then I kind of realized, like, I don't think it's really that great. I think it might hurt me more than it hurts me. Also, we could have just brought back the Fishborg there, I just realized, and used that for Halky Firebacks. I'm trying to think here now. So what did I just do? Send Dragoons, add Lapis Dragon. I'm going to summon Megalo. We're going to use all the effects, basically. And we're going to get the Abyss Scale, and we're going to use Dragoon's effect, and we're going to get ourselves a Moulin Glacia. Also, I'm not really a big fan. I know there's a lot of combos now that like link away Moulin or sync with Moulin. Really not a fan. Because yes, you put up a pretty good board, but you give your opponent an extra turn to out it because you can't attack. I don't know. Like I see plays that they put up VFD and then you skip your battle phase and you can't attack, so you give your opponent a turn to build up a little bit of a board. I know their effects are negative. They at least like summon monsters, and I feel like against Orcus that just wouldn't really do anything because they can just 2 monsters go off. Anyway, we have 5 waters engraved. Drop the Mullin. We're gonna link 2 using. I'm gonna use the Megalo here. This might be another Ahashima board now that I'm looking at it. Granted, we could go into the Mecha Phantom Beast pretty easily here if you really wanted to. You know what? Let's just do that for the sake of variety because you know like we can do the same Ahashima board that I did in the previous hand, but let's have fun with some of the new cards that I'm playing in this deck that I didn't showcase in the deck profile. And let's bring out the Jet Synchron. So now we're going to use, this doesn't cut us off from Fishborg. We can just bring Fishborg back later. Can I Fishborg and Hashima? I can, but I don't have any targets for Hashima. Anyway, let's just link these 2 away. And we're going to summon the Mecha Phantom Beast Oridon. Such a good card. Get ourselves 3 tokens, and one of them's going to get attributed right away, along with the Mecha Phantom Beast itself. And we're going to bring out our copy of Jet Synchron, which I thought was at the top of the deck, but apparently it's not. Where is my Jet Synchron? Oh, I already summoned it. Duh. We're not summoning Jet Synchron, we're summoning O-Lion. There we go. A little behind here, so 2, 3, 3. It's gonna be 8. O-Lion goes to grave. O-Lion is going to get us a token. We got the Savage Dragon, I guess in defense mode, with the Oridon for 3. And we get a level 3 token back. There's my level 3 token. So now what we can do is we can discard the Scale in our hand, bring back the Jet Synchron. We have 2, or we have these guys, I should say. This gets banished, this goes away, and we bring out the Herald of the Arclight. And we can't bring back the Fishborg. I kind of flubbed there a little bit. I guess we might have been able to bring it back earlier and make a link 2 with this. But, you know, since I don't really like leaving this on board, because it is just a weak monster. Sure, you could use it on the next turn, but it's definitely get attacked over. We'll just link it away for Linkrevo. Have some protection for our Arclight. Battle protection, that is. Not too bad, you know, double discard, backer combo slate card, and 2 negates. I like it. My sleeves are so old, by the way. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. I did get new ones, though. I ordered them online. They were, like, super cheap. They were Imperium Duelist, I think they're called? I don't know. And, I used, like, Winter Kill's discount code. They were, like, $15 for 3 packs with shipping. These really nice blue, you know, when I go back to locals, when we go back to tournaments again, it'd be so nice having a freshly sleeved deck. Going back to blue sleeves again, haven't had blue sleeves in a while in my Mermail deck. Been using white for like a year now. Anyway, here we get Megalo, Prince, already agreed, Mullin, and the Scale. Been drawing the Scale a lot, which is fine for this hand because we have Prince. We have Prince plus Extender, sort of, in a way, because Megalo is going to act as our Extender. So, I mean, I could show you this hand, but, like, you already know it's going to end with, like, Oridon. It's going to be very similar to the last hand, so it's for fun. Marnie agreed away the Prince and the Mullin. Obviously, you wouldn't do this in, like, an actual, like, tournament setting if you're playing an actual game. But, in my situation, since I think we drew Prince or Diva every single hand, our drew, that is, let's just show some little bit of variety. Maybe we can draw something else. Maybe we can actually draw, like, the Tenyi Spirit. We haven't drawn that at all. I played 2 of it. Really, really good card. I only played 2, by the way. I got it from 3 because you can only use it once per turn, which is a bit annoying because if you draw multiple, you know, they're going to be dead. Whereas Shark Stickers is not once per turn. You can summon more than 1. So that's kind of, and there's Shark Stickers. And Teus. Okay, so look at this hand. We have no Tuner. We have no Prince. We have no nothing, really. So what can we do here? What can we do here? Now, if there was a Mermail Tuner, that would be great because we can just search the Mermail Tuner and normal summon that. But we cannot. So what I'm going to do here is let's try to play out of this. So let us see now. If I discard this, special the Abyss Teus, use Abyss Teus's effect, Abyss Teus is going to get ourselves a Abyss Gun, I guess. Trying to think. I guess we're going to get Abyss Gun. Yeah, there's really not much we can do here. We can discard these 2, summon Megalo, and then just overlay here. If you play Draco, actually, if you play Draco Sack, you could just go to Oridon, which is kind of funny. I don't play Draco Sack, but it's actually pretty funny that Draco Sack finally came up. You know, it's a great card, but actually put that in attack mode. Actually, it doesn't really matter. And we'll equip. So yeah, not amazing, but I'm not really sure what else we could have done without a tuner. And that's one of the things that kind of scares me about this deck is, you know, if Howdy Firebrax gets banned, which, like, let's face it, it's going to get banned eventually, right? It might be a year from now. It might be, you know, not for a long time. But what combos can we do without Howdy Firebrax that aren't, like, super inconsistent, you know, 3+ card combos? I don't really know. I don't really know of a single combo that doesn't go to Howdy Firebrax that actually puts up, like, a good board. You never know. Because that last board wasn't that great. It was something. It might be able to get you there, but not amazing. And this particular hand, similar situation, actually. Similar situation. But what we can do is we could actually make a couple of plays. So, and that's why, like, normal summoning Fishborg or Jet really isn't that bad. And I'll show you why. So we'll summon Jet Synchron. And I'm trying to think if I want to summon Megalo now or not. Because I'm going to need a discard regardless. And I'm going to need another monster regardless. So, you know, let's just do this. Discard these two. Special the Megalo. Megalo's effect is going to activate. And we're going to get ourselves a copy of the Abyss Scale. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to Auradon here again. But that just shows you that this particular play, when you have awkward hand... Like, if I didn't play Auradon, like, what would you do in this situation? Like, there's really nothing you could have done. Would have been a brick. We're going to link these two. Because you could have synchroned 8 if you really wanted to. Summon out the Howdy Firebrax. Now, Howdy Firebrax, we cannot summon Jet Synchron because we have it in the graveyard already. But what we can do here is we can just go straight to the O-Lion if we really wanted to, which is right here. Because that is still a Howdy Firebrax target. And then from here, I'm going to discard the Abyss Scale. Obviously, we can't play around the Nibiru or any hand trap with this, but we have the Callball Grade, which helps a little bit. Bring back the Jet Synchron. And then we'll link these, so this can get vanished. We'll summon the Auradon. Auradon's effects can activate. We'll have our 3 handy-dandy tokens. We're going to tribute the Actually, no, we're not going to tribute the Auradon, because we can't. I'm trying to think now. So what we can do here is, I'm pretty sure... Can IP Masquerade be gotten into without tokens? I'm not really sure. But if you play IP Masquerade, you could go to that. And then go into... Actually, that's only level 5. Never mind. So I could go for an 8 here. Could go for an... I'm trying to think here, actually. Should I have summoned... You know what I should have done? Here's what I should have done. We're going to put back the... I know I hate doing this, but we're going to summon... And this is going to be off of the Howdy Firebrax. We're going to summon the Fishborg instead of Howdy Firebrax. And you'll see why in a second. So now what we're going to do is we'll use the Auradon effect, tributing itself and one of our tokens. And we're going to bring out the Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. Now what we're going to do is we're going to Synchro 8. And then we can't go into Arclight because of Fishborg's restriction. But what we can, yeah, this really wasn't that amazing. If you play 2 Jet Synchron, you could have done something, which is kind of funny. So we're going to Synchro those, go into level 8. Going to bring back the Auradon. And then from here, I guess we're just going to go Link Rebo. So, yeah, nothing really too amazing there. But, you know, it's still something without having to go to Prince, Diva, or Minstrel. Or Teus, right? I wouldn't use Teus either. Yeah, that was a weird hand. Let's do one more, though, just to show you guys. I know I said I wanted to show you guys plays if you get interrupted, but we didn't really get a hand that really lended itself to that yet. Let's see if the next one does, though. Maybe I'll just, like, rig up a hand, actually, and just be like, okay, if you get action, this is what you do. We'll see. Anyway, do a quick shuffle here. One more hand, and we'll see what we got here. Alright, so what do we got? Let's see. One more cut. So, Teus Diva. Wow, look at that. It's how to be a Mermail player. Draw these 2 cards. Or this card. Alright, we're gonna get hand trapped here. We're gonna get hand trapped here. This is the hand trap hand. So, let's go. Let's say our opponent has, like, literally 5 hand traps. Let's just see if we could play out of it. So, let's say, this is what we're gonna do. Our opponent has 5 cards. I'm gonna put the dice just to represent the 5 cards, just so I don't lose track. So, we're gonna discard Dragoons, special Teus. Our opponent is going to go, okay, DD Crow, because they opened DD Crow. That's 4 cards in their hand. And they opened Veiler, Permanence, whatever. Okay. Okay, that gets negated too. Our opponent is just playing Hand Trap Turbo. And now we're going to normal summon Deep Sea Diva. And our opponent's going to be like, nope, we're going to use another Hand Trap. So we use ETCO, Veiler, Ash. Okay, we're Impermanence Ash. I guess that's more relevant. Okay, we can still go to Auradon. Which, that's why I like playing Auradon, is like, obviously, situations where your opponent has 3 hand traps like that, you know, that aren't Nibiru, is low, but it is still something. So yeah, I'm not going to do the full combo, but you know, go Link 2, Lucky Firebrax, and then boom, Auradon. So yeah, let's do one more hand because that was really quick. Upstart, haven't seen that card yet. Dark Stickers, Infantry, Moray Agreed, and Tenyi Spirit. What do you know? Thanks for joining us finally. So now the question is, do we upstart or Moray Agreed first? I'm not really sure how the math would work because right now we have 35 cards left in our deck. This would put us to 34, so Moray Agreed would be better. I think it's better to upstart first, mathematically. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. Upstart. Another Infantry. I don't want that. I'm going to Moray Agreed away both the Infantries, to be honest. If we draw any tuner in our deck, we're good. Any tuner, even Minstrel. I mean, Jet Synchron would be the best one, but we could make it work. If we drew... What other tuners did I play? Fishborg? Fishborg would be great, actually. If we drew Fishborg here, that'd actually be... Like, this would be like a good hand. Alright, so let's see what we get. Not a really good hand, but it would be a playable hand. We get Megalo, Dragoons, and Moray Agreed. I could play Moray Agreed again if I really wanted to. I don't think I want to. What I'm going to do here is I'm not going to special the Tenyi. We're going to discard it. Discard these 2, special Megalo. Hopefully they don't have DD Crow. This will be last in the chain link because we need the Dragoons to resolve. And we're going to get ourselves the Abysscale Mizuchi, wherever it may be. And we're going to get ourselves the Deep Sea Diva. There it is. We're going to summon the Diva, use the stickers so it can't be Ashed. Hopefully it's not Veiler. If it is Veiler, we have the Auradon play still. Plus another negate with this as well, which is kind of cool. Use the Diva. Diva is going to get ourselves a copy of Neptibus, wherever it may be. Use the effect of Neptibus, send Dragoons, add Dragoons. Where are my Dragoons at? How many Dragoons did I go through? Only 1. Okay, I don't know why I thought I used 2. Send Dragoons, add Minstrel, so we can play around a Nibiru. Because we did summon 4 times. So boom, goes to Nibiru. We have 5 waters engraved, so do we want to get Mooling Glacia? I guess. They get the Mooling Glacia. I also like that playing the Auradon package, by the way. It kind of makes you less reliant on Appaloosa. Because Appaloosa is like, sure, it's great, a great card. But I feel like Appaloosa is just easier to get over versus Arclight and Savage at the same time. Yes, it's less negates, but, you know. Anyway, rip 2 cards with our hand. Boom. Actually, I guess 3, because we Minstrel, but, you know, they're going to get it back. So now here, we have a couple of options. So, we have to link away the Deep Sea Diva, because we are going to go into our Ahashima. Or not Ahashima. You know what I'm talking about. Lucky Firebrax. And I guess we'll get the stickers away because stickers can't be used for Synchro anyway. We'll get the Lucky Firebrax. Lucky Firebrax effect's going to activate. And we're going to get ourselves the Jet Synchron again. Because we have 2 dead cards pretty much we're free to discard. I guess the Moray Agreed is more dead. But where's my Jet Synchron? Fishboard, Jet Synchron. There we go. Now, actually I have too many monsters on board. which is something. So if I link these 2, here's what we can do. We can link these 2. Go into our Mecha Phantom Beast Auradon. And then what I could do is just link these 2 away. And summon her with the Abysscale. That's 2 discard, or 3 discard, you know what I mean. Really just 2 discard. A negate. And that's 2400 attack, so it's something. We're going to discard the Moray Agreed in our hand. Actually, not yet. We're not going to do that yet. Auradon was going to activate. Wait, did I summon an I'm so confused. What did I just do? Let me backtrack a bit, because I think I messed that up. Sorry. So, yeah, what we're going to do is... first, we're going to summon the Alacia using these 2 that were on board. My bad. All over the place today. And then, we're going to go to Auradon. Because Auradon's effect on summon, right? Yeah, it's on summon, not once per turn. If it was once per turn, that'd be kind of cool. We got the 3 tokens. Tribute 1 of them. And the link. Summon out Mecha Phantom Beast O-Line. Can't wait for that kit to be reprinted. Higher rarity and it'll be cheaper because it's a $15 rare right now. For no reason. No reason. Gonna Synchro. That's gonna be a level 8. You could go to Dragite here if you play it. Or, what's that other level 8? Cypher Motor Omega? You know, whatever you play. Boom. 3 negates. Discard. We got the token back from the O-line going to grave. This is going to come out, and we're going to synchro for 4. I'm going to Heraldry Arclight. So we have we have 3 negates and a double discard. That's not bad. That is not bad. Yeah, so in short, I feel like right now, Mermail's really good. O-Lion, yeah, it's a brick. Yeah, it is a little annoying. Yeah, it can get... Yeah, it's a Garnet, actually. There's a difference between a brick and a Garnet. I think that's important to distinguish. Because, you know, Garnet would mean, like, it literally locks you out of a line of play, while brick would mean, like, you just don't really want to draw it, but if you draw it, it's not bad. So we're playing 2 Garnets, basically, with Lapis Dragon in the O-Line. But I just think it's really, really worth it. Not mandatory. No, wouldn't say it's mandatory. But, you know, just the amount it offers you. Like, if you get hand trapped, if you get interrupted, if you have really awkward hands, you could get to this so consistently. And I feel like I went to pretty much everything in my extra deck, except for the Dragite and the Dweller. But we could have went... Oh, we didn't go to an enemy either. We didn't really go to Appaloosa, did we? We did once, I think. But yeah, you know, there is definitely argument for cutting an enemy. Basically, I don't think there's a card in the extra... I didn't go to Crocostar either. I've been thinking about cutting this card just because it doesn't... I don't really see the lines of play that it comes up in. Maybe I just don't know them. It's a great card, but I just don't see the line of play. Actually, is that my 16th card? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15... No, I am playing that. I was thinking about cutting these 2 for Trishard Omega, though, so I can go for more hand loop stuff. I don't know. Either way, I'm rambling. The deck's really good. I recommend you play it. Look up other deck profiles, though. Look up other test hands. See what you like the best. See what cards you have available to you. Just because I play a certain build doesn't mean it's the best. It's just what I like playing the most, so to say. So, that was a fun test hand video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. If you think the new camera setup's a little bit better with the angles and the glare. I feel like that's less glare than what we used to have, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the angle's worth. Either way, I'm rambling. See you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day, and bye-bye.